With Amaze introducing the 1% fee on all SGD linked card transactions, is the Citi Rewards card still useful now? In this video, I'll be doing an updated review of the Citi Rewards card. What is it good for? Is it still a good card to use? And with the Amaze nerf, what are some alternative cards that you can use now? But before I start, do join my 10,000 members Telegram chat group to discuss or ask any questions that you may have. So, the Citi Rewards card has always been one of the top cards among mouse collectors. That's because this card is very versatile, as it awards 4 miles per dollar on almost all your online spends, such as your Shopee spend lah, Grab rides lah, Netflix subscriptions lah, online groceries lah, movie tickets lah, and so on. Though it excludes anything that has to do with mobile wallets such as Google Pay, Apple Pay, as well as travel-related transactions such as airlines, car rentals, and so on. Besides that, it's also great for anything wearable such as departmental stores like Isetan, Zara, Nike, Uniqlo, Lululemon, and so on. Not just that, when you pair the Citi Rewards card with Amaze, all your offline spend will not be converted into online spends. So all of a sudden, this card earns 4 miles per dollar for almost all your offline and online spend, excluding mobile wallet and travel-related categories of course. And similar to most entry-level cards, you will only be able to earn points at 4 miles per dollar rates up to the first $1,000 for every statement month, after which you only earn 0.4 miles per dollar. The points that you earn are valid for up to 5 years. However, unlike most cards where the validity starts from the date each point is earned, the Citi Rewards card, however, counts the 5-year validity period starting from your card approval or renewal date, plus a 3 months grace period. For example, let's say you got a Citi Rewards card in January 2025. Then all the points that you earn from 2025 to 2029 are all going to expire in March 2030. Now, ever since Amaze introduced the 1% fee on all SGD linked card transactions, this combo is less attractive as compared to before. That's because it now means you are incurring a 1% fee whenever you use this combo on SGD transactions. And to make matters worse, there's a minimum 50 cents fee. This means if you are spending a small amount, the percentage fee in relation to your spend would be quite high. For example, if you are spending just $1, the 50 cents fee would be 50% of your transaction. This would mean you are buying mouse at 12.5 cents each. Or if you are spending $5, this 50 cents fee would be 10% of your transaction. This would mean you are buying mouse at 2.5 cents each. However, despite this Amaze nerf, the Citi Rewards card is still quite rewarding if you actually know how to use it well. That's because even though this card is no longer that good for offline SGD spend, it's still one of the best cards for online spend due to a few reasons. First, the Citi Rewards card awards points in $1 spending blocks, unlike the DBS Women's World Card or the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card, which awards points in $5 spending blocks. This means you will end up earning more miles on this card as compared to cards that have $5 blocks due to lesser rounding downs. Second, the card's online category doesn't just mean online shopping. That's because the online category is actually rather wide. This includes payments that you can make through an app, such as FavePay, ShopbackPay, and Atomy. So even when you are paying in person at the store, these apps can help you turn your offline spend into online transactions to earn that 4 miles per dollar. At the same time, you can turn your online spend into offline spend by buying vouchers at Haymax, such as your grocery vouchers, dining vouchers, 7-Eleven vouchers, Courts vouchers, and so on. Though, just take note that paying via Kris Plus won't qualify, since Citi Rewards count that as in-app mobile wallet payment, which is excluded. Third, the Amaze card doesn't charge any fee for overseas spending, and given that this combo helps you avoid the 3% foreign currency fee while letting you earn 4 miles per dollar on overseas spend, it is still one of the best cards for overseas spend. Fourth, perhaps what really separates the Citi Rewards card from the rest is what you can actually do with those miles. That's because unlike most cards which typically support just 3 or 4 transfer partners, the Citi Rewards card gives you access to 11 transfer partners, including the very rare but valuable AWA Air Infinity Mileage Lens. That's because you can also use AWA Air Miles to book Singapore Airline flights. And best of all, the exact same SIA flight would cost less miles than if you were to be using KrisFlyer to book. For example, if you try to book this flight from SIA to Incheon Korea Airport, it will only cost you 40,000 AWA Air miles. But if you try to do it on KrisFlyer, it will cost you 52,000 miles. So that's a huge 20+% savings right there. And in some cases, you could even avoid the dreaded wait list on KrisFlyer. And last but not least, Even though Amaze charges a 1% fee for SGD linked card transactions, this 1% fee is actually quite minimal if you can spend $50 or more. In fact, you are effectively buying miles at just 0.25 cents each. This is a solid deal, not just for anyone who values their miles at 1.2 cents or more, but also anyone who wants to save on additional miles by redeeming their SIA business class flights through AirAsia. So as you can see, the Citi Rewards plus Amaze combo is still super good for large spends, such as seeing a doctor at Doctor Anywhere, or buying electronics at Best Denki, and so on. Though, always make sure to check at Amaze to make sure the merchant is eligible for 4 miles per dollar, yeah? But then, how should you deal with the smaller spends then? For those, there are several cards that you can use instead. The first card is the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card. This card awards 4 miles per dollar on up to $1,110 every month on almost all your offline transactions, such as dining, grocery, offline shopping, and so on, as long as you do it via your mobile app. And before you ask, no, Simply Go won't earn 4 miles per dollar. Not just that, the card will also earn additional cashback through the form of UOB dollar when you spend at specific UOB dollar merchants, such as Giant, Cold Storage, Arbori, and so on. Though, the downside of the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card is that it awards points in blocks of $5, which will result in you losing some points here and there. Besides that, another card that you can consider is the UOB Visa Signature card. This card works almost the same as the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card, but it requires you to meet a minimum spend of $1,000 before you can start earning the 4 miles per dollar, capped at $2,000 spent per month. Otherwise, you can also use the UOB Ladies card, which also awards 4 miles per dollar, but only on one spending category of your choice, capped at $1,000 per month. Or the UOB Ladies Solitaire card, which allow you to choose between 2 spending categories, capped at $2,000 per month. These categories include beauty, fashion, dining, transport, and travel, so you can choose it based on your lifestyle. However, one interesting point to note is that unlike the 2 previous UOB cards, which award points in $5 spending blocks on every transaction, the UOB Ladies cards awards bonus points in $5 spending blocks based on the entire month's spend instead. So for example, let's say you spend $4.90, $19.99, and $23.20 spent, you will earn a total of 7 base points and 81 bonus points, which equals to 176 miles. This allows you to earn a little more miles as compared to other cards with normal $5 spending blocks. In short, the Citi Rewards card is still pretty much a good card, even after the Amaze nerf. If you are thinking of signing up, you can use my Citi Members Get Members link to earn bonus miles, or my SingSaver link for some attractive free gifts. Just compare both to see which works best for you. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hopefully, you found it useful. Like, share, and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.